What a gorgeous date, really. What a gorgeous day. You know, as we see issues in life, we can't forget days like this. What a beautiful day. I can't wait until I get home. I'm gonna have some dinner with the wife, and then I think we're gonna go for a walk or something like that. But this is a gorgeous, just a gorgeous day that the good Lord has created, right? So here's the thing. I wanted to talk about this because I kind of feel like the whole coronavirus have taken over the country. And, you know, obviously there's a lot of bad things going on, and it needs to be taken care very serious. But before I get into that, I want to express one concern that I have. And again, you know, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I post videos. And overall, if you haven't subscribed to my other channel, subscribe to that channel as well. Everything is in the link. I usually talk about things like this over there, but you know what, I'm in the motorcycle right now, so I wanted to have a quick conversation with you guys about this issue. And I'm gonna tell you, you know, it's getting pretty crazy. And as we talk about preparedness and, you know, being ready to face a crisis like this, or in my case, living down here in the Sunshine State, what we deal a lot is with hurricanes. And again, you know, every person that is watching, everyone out there is gonna have, I guess in a way, an issue or some type of emergency that you deal with. Some people deal with volcanoes, you know, if that's the thing. Some people deal with tornadoes, some people deal with earthquakes. Us down here in the Sunshine State, we deal with hurricanes, and it's very common for us to every year to be prepared to face one. At least the last few years has been like that, right? But here's the thing that I wanted to make a point, you know, because as we talk about the coronavirus and we start preparations, we need to realize one thing. When any crisis happens, is typically too late. Typically too late to start preparing, and if you do, you're gonna face consequences. You're gonna face issues. You're gonna face a shortage of whatever. You know, everybody's making kind of funny about this, or, you know, the news is going crazy about toilet paper, right? And again, it's crazy because as you go online and you start searching for videos and things like that, there's people actually fighting in the stores. I'm talking like older ladies, you know, we ain't talking about young girls. We're talking about older ladies going at it over toilet paper. And to me, that's insane. That's really insane. So again, you know, obviously when every crisis, when every emergency situation, in my case particular, and even though I do have supplies and things like that, there's always going to be things that you need. And, you know, I remember in the Marine Corps, they tell you adapt and overcome, because the military understand that there's going to be things that you're always going to need, right? But again, you know, usually those items are like fuel, a little bit more food, a little bit of water and things like that. But again, you know, there's some people out there that are completely non-prepared to face any situations, right? So here's the thing. I wanted to talk about this because I was watching a pastor, one of my favorite pastor, Pastor Joe Mano, had a little, I guess a live stream. They're dealing with the whole, not so many people can go to church because is, you know, the recommendations that they're giving, and his church is pretty big, and I usually watch his sermons every week, right? And they're really good. Again, his channel or the church name is Revelation Church, and it's a really good pastor. But he was having I guess a live stream with his wife, and at the end of the live stream, I kind of cut up into the end. She said, don't forget to spend time with your family. Don't forget to have a good time with your family. Don't forget to, essentially, she was making the point of having a great time with your family. Don't forget about that, because we tend to get really paranoid in a way about a crisis, and we forget that, you know what, we need to look at a positive aspect out of every situation. You know, even when we went through hurricanes, you know, we tried to, hey, spend time together with the kids. We tried to, Stacy was just talking about this, we tried to buy board games so we could play some games with the kids. We tried to make it the best we can together as a family, because I gotta tell you, family is one of the most important things. So don't get so crazy about these issues and so crazy about the situation that you forget the most important thing. You forget to spend time with your family and stay positive about issues, right? And I'm gonna tell you something, fear doesn't come from the Lord. Obviously, we need to be ready, we need to be wise, we need to be prepared, we need to have supplies that we need to be able to deal with an emergency. But nevertheless, we need to remember that fear does not come from God. Love and a sound mind comes from God, not fear. Anybody that knows that Bible verse, pretty much put it in the comment. I appreciate that. But again, fear does not come from the Lord. That's not what the Lord is putting in our heart. The Lord is putting love. The Lord putting compassion. The Lord is putting things, letting us know to be wise about things, but not to be scared. We need to depend on Him. But again, I was thinking about this coronavirus. It's going insane. People are doing just stupid things. People are fighting. People are taking everything out of the stores. A lot of people are unprepared. We need to learn from this. Again, we need to learn from this. Every situation that we face here in the country, since I've been doing videos, I always talk about things like this. What do you learn from whatever happened, whatever emergency situation happened? And what we need to learn is that we need to make a preparation better. And that's something that I'm learning as well. I need to make sure that I'm prepared to face any kind of situation like this, right? Make sure that I have water, make sure that I have food, make sure that I have everything else that I need, flashlights, batteries, all that good stuff that I'm typically talking about. We gotta make sure that we have it, right? We have to make sure that we are ready to respond, always from first to second. It's like I always put it on neutral. We gotta make sure that we have the stuff that we need to be able to respond, or to be able to take care of families in some crazy situations such as this one, right? We have to be able to protect our family. But nevertheless, I'm going to tell you, I love this place right here. Nevertheless, don't put yourself in a situation where you are forgetting to spend time with your family, forgetting to have a great time with your family, forgetting to, love your family and stay positive. Don't get into a level where you get really negative about things, because again, you got to keep a clear mind. And to me, it's very important that we keep a clear mind. One last thing I'm going to tell you, be careful what you're watching the news. The news is getting crazy. Remember, the news make money, and they make money out of terrifying people many times. They want you to be scared so you could continue to watch, and they can continue to make money on advertising. So if you're going to get information from the right place. Get information straight out from the websites from your state. Every state should have that, where they report how many cases, they report what's going on. The CDC, you could get information from them straight. You don't need to get information from this new news outlets that are reporting fear and are terrifying people like you and me. Let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, God is in control.